I'm a nurse, and the way that I was introduced to ASEA was, I'm a nurse and I'm a yoga teacher, and I do energy healing, work with people's energy. So when I teach meditation, and I was teaching, I do home care. So the young man that I take care of, who is pretty much incapacitated, he can't eat or move or talk or anything, but he can listen. So I was doing meditation, talking to him about breathing, speaking to his cells, about asking his cells to heal. Now, because of how I teach this, I believe, and I help people believe, that they have the power in their body to heal themselves if they can believe that it's possible. So as I'm talking to him about this, a few days later, his mom came up to me and said, "You wouldn't believe this stuff. I just heard about it. It's called ASEA, and it's these things I'd never heard of, these redox molecules that I didn't know what that was at the time. But she's telling me that this stuff you drink repairs your cells, like tells your cells to repair themselves." And I was a little blown away with the synchronicity of it, because it's exactly what I was trying to do with her son without this amazing tool, you know, that you can hold in your hand. So in me, if you knew me, I will not put anything in my mouth that isn't good for you, or like, I'm not a medicine taker. I barely go to the doctor. Everything is very holistic. But there was something about this stuff. As soon as someone put the cup in my hand, I drank it right down. Tasted like community pool water. I was just like, what is going on here? But so in my story, this is just 4 weeks ago, and I was on board. The second I heard about this, I just was running as fast as I could to sign up, order it, start taking it, and start telling people about it. I started taking it, though, as a healthy person. I really don't. I'm 54. I do a lot of yoga and meditation and keep myself healthy, or I'm lucky to be healthy. But the thing was, I've been working the night shift for about 10 years, so I'm exhausted. And I think the oxidative stress in my cells from the results of adrenal fatigue, exhaustion, menopause, all those things. So that's where it has helped me. Immediately, and I'm very in tune with what's going on and with my body. The first day I woke up, it was after my first dose, I woke up and realized that my mind had not been churning the whole time I was sleeping. Because from not sleeping like a normal person, because I work nights, I'd never slept very well. And all of a sudden, I could tell I slept very deep. So I started dreaming. Dreams are important to me. I haven't been dreaming for a long time because I haven't been sleeping deep enough. So that was the first two things I saw, sleep and dreams. And then I started realizing that my mind was more clear. And this was only in the first few days. I would have to make a decision. And because my stress level was so high, small decisions, even small noises around me were catastrophic. So I couldn't make decisions without a lot of stress around them. Nobody knew that, except it was in my head. But all of a sudden I had to make a decision, and I could see the front and the back of it. Oh, this is no big deal. And I could just make the decision. So that was amazing for me. It seems small compared to like all the big stories that people have. But for me, it was a big deal. And then came the euphoria. And I'm speaking from a place of not being educated enough about it, but I was reading this book that I'm sure probably some of you have. And there was a paragraph in there about, as the cells are changing, if they're dying, the cells, it creates a small burst of endorphin, or a small burst of, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like epinephrine, like a small burst of stress hormone. Very euphoric for about 4 or 5 days as I started taking it. I was wondering if it was because of that reaction. Like, I had so many cells that were like changing, but everybody around me was like, "You're too happy. Would you just shut up?" Like, I was just so happy. Not that I'm not normally, in a happy mood, but it was ridiculous. So I guess my body was just happy about the, you know, having all this process go on. And then I started realizing that some of us are gluten intolerant. I'm not. I can eat a pizza without any problem, but I do have that bloat. You know, everybody has that full feeling. All of a sudden, not that gluten is bothering me now, but I don't want it. There's certain foods that maybe aren't good for my body that I'm kind of repelled by. So I'm feeling like taking this is making me understand at a real deep level, on a cellular level, what's good and what's not good for me, including people, including people and food and, you know, needing to sleep now, working nights. I don't know if anybody works nights, but you get to the middle of the night and you tell yourself you have to keep going. Like, you can't just lay down and go to sleep. But I kind of have a good job that I can do that if I need to. And so I'm listening to myself more because my body is speaking to me, because I guess it's in a healthier place. And then I had just little physical things. I had broken my finger a couple of years ago and I hadn't repaired the way it should. And all of a sudden I realized a couple of weeks ago I had a ring that I just tried on for the heck of it. I haven't been able to wear my rings on that finger for about over a year. And it's sitting on my finger because I could just put it right on. The swelling went down and the shape of my finger has changed. I guess that's the gist of, and as far as just the business, I am completely sold. This is what I'm going to do for life, is just let people know about what's in that bottle and what's in that tube and what it does, because it's everything to me. I just think it's amazing. It's 100% amazing.